Good morning and welcome to Field Home Farm Sessions, episode 233 on August the 8th, 2025. Still drier than a popcorn fart out there. I don't know. I was thinking where that saying came from, but I don't know. We'll talk about that in a minute. I was just checking the weather because we need rain in southwestern Ontario. They talk about a wee bit of rain. Mystery, you are just on. You were off for a while. Maybe you're down in Mexico. Just checking the weather in Bradford, Ontario. It says we're going to get a lot of rain on Tuesday. Now, hopefully, that puts some girth in the beans and girth in the corn, but we'll see what happens. Chance of rain today and tomorrow, but it's supposed to be 33 and 34 and 32 the next few days, which you get that kind of weather. I'm glad I don't have chickens in, but you get that kind of weather, and it's also susceptible to tornadoes and whatnot in southern Ontario. So hopefully that does not happen. Going golfing today, so I can't have a long episode today. Going golfing, have not done that for a while. I had to go see the doctor, and Mystery, it was not from what you told me. My elbows are still a bit sore, but he gave me a couple drugs, and I think I'll be all right. So, like I said, we'll just do a couple drop shots and see what happens. So, a little bit of shopping, a little bit of talk about Emmett and Mrs. Foster coming up to the cottage, ramping up for next week's meeting. Hubie, Jen, I hope you are ready for a night of socializing. We all the DCRs, district committee representatives, have a big night. Technically, once a year, we have a training session on the one day, stay overnight, dinner, social, great time to get to know all your new DCRs. Great time to get to know everybody else. Why is my phone on? I gotta shut that off. Probably somebody's listening to my conversation will say somewhere else. And you are off now. See you later. And I better shut the whole thing off. They can't hear me. They hear my podcast. So yeah, you have a nice dinner, a few drinks, and then the next day you have a day of meetings to tell you what the chicken board has been doing, what DCRs are doing, what farmers are doing, what their concerns are, and then you deal with them, and then we bring them to the board table and deal with them, see what happens. So that's what we do. Yes. So talk about weather. Dry as a popcorn fart, Mystery. Where did that saying come in? My dad used to say that all the time. It's dry as a popcorn fart. And I was like, I don't know where he came up with these old sayings and whatnot. And then there was a girl in my daughter's 4-H calf who wanted to know the calf's name and registration number for the show and next week. And I had to give her to that. And the name was spelt wrong. It was Susie, Susie, not Suzie, which my daughter wanted. So she was all like concerned and upset. And then I started telling them the names that I used to name my cows, and they looked at me kind of weird. And I said, well, that's the way I am. I'm weird. So Field Home. Oh, Dave, I'll talk to my feed guy later. Field Home Temptation Titty was one of my favorites. She was very good. We actually took a picture of her. Why they registered it, I don't know. And then I had forget the middle name, but it was Field Home Booby was the other one. So you had a booby and a titty. I don't think I had a nipple, but booby and a titty. Had a Field Home Goldwyn G-Spot. We couldn't find her. And I didn't tell my kids that one. I just told them about the booby and the titty. And Skank, I had a Field Home Scatter Skank. That was quite the one. Mystery, I know you had a few different names, but I don't think you had you had the silly names, not the dirty names like myself. So I had a few silly names too. I think when I started getting my names, when I started naming, because it makes people smile, makes people laugh. My first real kind of a dirty, different name was Field Home Astronomical Ass Man. And I had, so I got that from Seinfeld. And Kramer got the license plate Ass Man from a gynecologist, a proctologist had the license plate Ass Man. So I named my first cow Ass Man. I submit it, you send it in to the Holstein Canada. Somebody looks at it and approves your names. And I think as long as you don't have fuck, shit, or racial names, I think most of the time they register them. Now, I don't know. This was back 25 years ago, so I don't know what they do now. I'm assuming they probably don't because of the woke friggin' society. I said, maybe fart, you can't even name your cow. I have no idea. So, Mystery, do you still register some cows? Register some cows. So if you name it Fart, Stinky, I had a Stinky. Field Home, I forget what it was. Stinky. Sassy was a kind of a silly name. Sassy, Fart. No, I didn't. I was looking at that, but I didn't. Had to go to last night when we were down New Brunswick. Big Roy I ran into my truck with my gator there, I think after, forget when it was. Anyways, truck was parked there, backing out. The dog was barking. All of a sudden, I hear boom. I didn't even look back because I knew what I did with the gator and put a nice hole in my aluminum, which I didn't know. A lot of vehicles, they put aluminum. So most of my truck is steel, and then they got aluminum doors to make it lighter. So you can fix it, but it would look like shit. Aluminum door, it would just, if you try to fix it, because when aluminum gets hit, it's like a ripple, and it ripples the door. Steel's just a good door, a good, nice hole, and it doesn't really affect it that much. So long story short, I had to replace the door. So got Big Roy's neighbor, Bruno. Oh, Bruno, he's all about that car stuff and everything else. So he knew where he could get a nice recycled door, or not a recycled, but a Wreckers. So he got a door for me, same color, same everything. When I was gone, they fixed it and gave him a bit of cash. And the Italians, they love it, like cash. Gave him that, and then went over and had a drink with Big Roy. He was just relaxing and taking it easy, and it was really hot. It's freaking hot again out today, so got to get going soon. But little Jerry Woodbridge Gordon, his buddy. I was taking my golf. I got to prepare myself. I got my medications, got some everything else. And little Jerry, we do that. Like I said, we do this once a year. So who knows? I don't know what we're doing tonight. Whether he bought steaks or whether they're going to Chuck's, we'll see what happens. And I guarantee you, I don't know what a good score is for golf. What, like 100, maybe 70 is a good score for golf. I will be way north of that. Like we're talking, if it's a par 4, I'm hitting 7. And you never know. The odd hole, I have a good shot. I might get 4 or 5. You never know, but majority of the time I'm way over. And I don't know what the Mystery. You know all the golf terms. I don't know all the fucking golf terms. KJ told me yesterday she had to go. She had to listen to it after, and I said, "Oh, KJ, just texting her back and forth, so she can't listen to my podcast live all the time." Hubie Jan gave me a lot of texts. I guess her daughter, they're having the wedding in a couple weeks, and that should be exciting. Now, I'm pretty sure that's her first of 4 weddings in her family. So the daughter's getting married. They're moving down to Hagersville. I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I don't listen as much as I should, but I think the wedding's at their farm, so it should be a great time. Hopefully, it doesn't rain for that. And I think they got a shed which would hold it, and hopefully it doesn't rain. If we had the wedding, say one of my kids wants to get married in the barn or the shed, that'd be lovely. But at the same time, if it rains with a steel roof, it's not going to be. It's not going to be. Sorry, Mister. I was looking at your saying there, but if it rains, the loud noise on the steel would not be great. But it would still be a great time. So I will talk to Hubie Jen next week. I'm hoping she'll be at the meeting. Maybe she won't be. She'll be getting ready for her wedding, but we'll see. Emmett and Mrs. Foster will be up tomorrow night to the cottage tomorrow, so that should be great. The wife and a couple kids left last night, and I got to do that in a little bit to go up and golf, so that should be good. Bring the beer, the whiskey, and the meat, and we will have a few drinks. And that is it for today, Mystery. That is just, I got to cut her short. Got to get going. I did a long one the other day, and a short one today. But thanks for listening live, Mystery, and thanks for, there's a lot of people who listen in Quebec. I don't know. Bonjour. Thank you for listening. I'm sure they're not listening in French, but thanks for listening, and I hope you enjoy, and talk to you later. Get out there and get some work done, Mystery. Oh, crap. There we go. Hold on.